Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm about to recertify, so it's been 5 years now. I know it's very exciting. I'm just trying to kind of navigate how to do that because things have changed since recertification is a little bit different, but I'm getting there. But yeah, let's see where to start. I was always interested in women's health, nutrition, things like that. When I had my son, now 8 years ago, we had a challenging time with breastfeeding. And, I realized becoming a mom was way harder than I thought it could be. And I noticed that there was a lack of support that I got. So I was just really interested in helping parents, new parents, during that really challenging postpartum period. So I also, hadn't finished my bachelor's degree at the time. And so I found Portland State program. I was living in Portland, and I believe you guys had kind of just started. It was maybe a year or two old. But I saw that you could get your bachelor's degree at the same time as finishing the Pathway 2 program. So that was a big draw for me as well, because I really wanted to finish that. So Theodore was, I think, 2 years old when I went back to school and just kind of jumped in. It was a really good fit to finish my bachelor's, along with getting just incredible experience through the Pathway 2 program. I felt really lucky. I got to go to a variety of sites. Like I was at a pediatric clinic, I was at WIC, I was also at a hospital. So I got kind of to dip my toes into a lot of different situations and places that you can work as a lactation consultant. One of the things that I was very nervous about going into the program was that I was not an RN, and that always kind of just worried me that I wouldn't get a job in lactation as a lactation consultant, but that has absolutely not been the case. Right before I graduated, I got a position at Northwest Mother's Milk Bank doing donor screening. I loved it. I also got to continue some of my work during my bachelor's program. I got to do a capstone project with Coffee Creek Correctional Facility, so helping women who had babies and were incarcerated deliver their breast milk to their little ones, whether in foster care or with their family. So I got to continue that work, at Northwest, which was awesome. And then I got a job at Legacy Lactation as an IBCLC in a hospital, which I was very nervous would not happen, and it did. So that was really exciting. I see more and more opportunities for IBCLCs in hospitals that aren't RNs, so that's been exciting as well. Even in Utah, I see those jobs pop up a lot, more than I did when I first moved here. But when I did relocate here, I relocated here during the pandemic, and there's a milk bank here, Mountain West Mother's Milk Bank, and I contacted them and they hired me on the spot. So I started working. I've now been there for a little over 2 years doing kind of leading the donor screening there, and then also all of the donation sites in Utah and Idaho. I oversee all of those. And then just kind of trying to start more lactation support programs slowly through the milk bank is what my goal is too. So I can use some of those awesome skills that I used, that I learned at Portland State through my clinical experience and through working at the hospital. But yeah, I just had a really positive experience. Again, like was said earlier, all of the staff is so supportive. I felt, just really positive throughout the whole experience. I met so many wonderful, women, other people who wanted to do this work. Lifelong friendships were made through this program, which was really, that's part of the reason I wanted to do this work was the people that I get to work with is just amazing. So I got that experience through the program as well, and continue to have those connections, and I probably will forever.